Hello everybody! In today's video we're gonna share with you some essential tips that you need to keep in mind for traveling in Turkey. So if you're ready, let's get started. If you want to save time when visiting museums, I recommend you to get the online tickets for some of the museums. Actually, not every museum is available to buy the ticket online, but a few of them you can do it. For example, Galata Tower, Archaeological Museum, and the Great Palace of Mosaics. And for that, you can go to the official website where you can purchase these tickets. The Istanbulkart is not only used for the public transportation in the city. Actually, you can also use it for the public toilets. So for example, if you are in Sultanahmet area, you can find like these toilets from the photo, which are orange color. And also in the main squares such as in Kadıköy, also in Üsküdar, and in any public park, like especially on the sea area on the Asian side, you will find plenty of these. So they will charge you between 1 to 3 Turkish liras. You can only pay with the Istanbulkart or also in cash, but if you already have the Istanbulkart, just go with it. Also, you can pay the public toilets inside the metro stations with the Istanbulkart. And continuing with the same topic of where we can find public toilets in the city, besides the orange ones that I already showed you, you can also find them in any mosque in the city. So if you are struggling to find any public toilet and you don't want to go to a restaurant or any shop, you just can find any mosque and you can enter to those toilets as well. Remember that depending on your nationality, you might need a visa in order to visit Turkey. So for that, don't forget that there is an official website where you can get the visa, because there are also some like third-party websites that will charge you even more. There are nationalities like Mexicans that do not need to pay for the e-visa. It is totally free. So I will leave the official link of that website in the description box of this video. When you're using the Marmaray, which is this special train that crosses you very quick from the European side to the Asian side, don't forget to put your Istanbulkart in those special machines so you can get some refund. Because of course, maybe you're not gonna do the full trip, so this train will charge you for the full amount. So whenever you get off in any station, they will refund you accordingly. We recommend you to learn some basic phrases in Turkish because it truly will help you during your stay. In Turkey, you will find plenty of people that will speak English and even in some areas also Spanish. But once you leave the touristy area, it will be a bit more difficult to find people who can really speak these languages. So that's why we recommend you to learn at least some basic phrases. And this brings us to our today's video's sponsored Busuu. How many of us have been trying to learn any language, either just for traveling, for business, or because you moved to another country as myself? Well, with Busuu you can learn up to 14 languages, including Turkish, English, Spanish, French, and many others. You can choose whether you want to learn the language fully or just the basic for travelers. And some of my favorite things of this app is that the lessons are short but effective. That way learning is very easy and motivating. I can speak to real native speakers in the Busuu community where I can also practice what I have learned during my lessons. And if you're a premium user, you can get the feedback immediately. I have been learning Turkish for the past 6 years, and one of the biggest issues that I had, especially at the very beginning, was being able to pronounce the words properly, especially certain vowels that we don't have in Spanish or in English. And of course, to get the proper intonation to sound much better. But when I started using Busuu, it really helped me a lot because they have plenty of exercises where you can practice your speaking and also listening, where you can get the correct pronunciation. Check out Busuu with the links below. You can sign up and start learning for free and try out the Busuu Premium free trial for 7 days. When it comes to the electricity in Turkey, it is very important to take notes about this topic because many travelers come to this country without bringing adapters, especially for their electronic devices. So in Turkey, the power plugs and sockets are of type F. and the standard voltage is of 220 volts. So this is an advice especially for women. If you're bringing, for example, like your hair straightener or something, you really need to check that it will be enough when it comes to the volts, because if it's, let's say, at most 150 volts or something, you will not be able to use it here in Turkey. But when it comes to devices like computers, phones, and iPads and all of that, you don't really need to worry because they are already like standard voltage. For them, you only need the power plug adapter. Also, if you're looking for a really nice Bosphorus tour, I recommend you taking the public ones, because actually you can have it for a very affordable price, and also you will be able to travel as a local does. There are ferries as well that will take you through the whole Bosphorus Strait, so you can also stop in any port that you like and you can hop on and hop off. Also, many women have been asking me, what about the dress code in Turkey? Actually, you can wear anything you want, really. You will not have any problem. The only thing is that when we are visiting sacred monuments or any mosque in the country, we need to dress modestly, and also we need to cover up our hair. So for example, if you're wearing shorts or a skirt, you need to make sure that you're wearing something that is covering at least under your knees, and also your shoulders at least must be covered. And this brings me to the next advice for women. Bring your own headscarf, because of course you can get some at the mosques that they will allow you, but some of them are not like covered up or in a package. Some of them are just there and everybody is grabbing them and then putting them back. So I recommend you bringing your own. Another great tip that I have for you, and as a foodie myself that I love trying a little bit of everything everywhere I travel to, I also recommend you not to get huge meals at once. Why? Because here in Turkey and in Istanbul, you will have plenty of foods to try. So if you want to try a little bit of everything, you can just get little meals every 2 or 3 hours. That way you will have the opportunity of trying the Turkish cuisine, which is really good. When it comes to the transportation between the airports and your accommodation, especially if you're staying in areas such as Sultanahmet, Galata, or Taksim, we recommend you getting these special bus companies such as Hava East and Hava Bus. They are very affordable, especially if you're paying in dollars. They are maybe right now less than $5, so they will take you directly to that area, and it will be the best option, because taxis right now, especially from the airport, are quite expensive. If you haven't watched this video on our YouTube channel specifically about how to go from any of both airports in the city to the main areas in Istanbul, then you can click in the description box and we're gonna be leaving the link to that video. When you're in Turkey, we recommend you getting a SIM card from any of these phone companies. My favorite one is Turkcell, and that's the one that we personally use. Of course, it's a bit more expensive than the other companies, but at least for us, it's the one that has worked the best. The second one will be Vodafone and Turk Telecom. You can get any SIM card with those companies. You will find them at the airport, but they will be a bit more expensive than outside, and also you will find these establishments anywhere in the city. Of course, depending on the package that you're gonna get and the gigabytes that you want, it will be the price. But so far, maybe like 3 or 4 months ago, I saw them, for example, in Turkcell, 20 to 25 gigabytes, it was like 500 Turkish liras. I'm not quite sure about the current prices, but it should be around that price, between 300, maybe at most 500. I wouldn't pay more than that. When it comes to tipping in Turkey, it's not a must, but of course the restaurant and the waiters will be very grateful if you tip them. In our case, when we go out, we always tip them with the 10% of our bill. But of course, first of all, you need to make sure that the service fee is not included in the ticket already. So before paying, try to check the bill before and make sure that it's not already there. This tip is especially to those who tend to go everywhere where they are living by car. And here in Istanbul, get ready, because the city is quite hilly and you will need to walk a lot. It's quite tiring, especially during summer season. So if you're not used to walking a lot, just try to make some cardio before coming to Istanbul. And please, also this is a tip for women, just forget about the high heels. You need really comfortable shoes here. You can leave your high heels for special occasions or if you're going by taxi to a really nice restaurant. But apart from that, just leave those ones alone. Don't forget that Turkey is a country where it is part of the culture bargaining. So it is quite valid, but wait, don't try to go to the malls or to any restaurant and try to bargain. This is mostly in the local bazaars, in the Grand Bazaar, Spice Bazaar, and even in the shops around Eminönü area. So if you want to bargain, you can do it. Just make sure to bring cash with you, especially Turkish liras. Don't pay in euros or in dollars. Don't do it, just in Turkish lira. And you will get a better bargain, a better deal for the items you're buying. You know that also every culture have their own gestures and body language. So when you're here in Turkey, don't get surprised that when you're asking something, let's say an address or anything to any Turkish person, don't get surprised that maybe you might see something like or just like this means a no. So you can just memorize this gesture so you will know what they are trying to say. So let's imagine that you go and want to buy, I don't know, like some evil eye, and you go to a shop and you ask them, do you have evil eyes? And they say, or that means no. For the public transportation in Istanbul, we highly recommend you using Google Maps. I found Google Maps in Istanbul quite accurate, so I recommend you that one. Also for the buses in Istanbul, I recommend you downloading to your mobile the Mobility app, and that one will give you all the bus numbers and also the bus stations. And if you want to get a taxi in the city, we recommend you using these apps such as Taxi or Uber. Just don't forget that Uber in Turkey is not working as in any other country like the US or even in Europe with private cars. These ones are working along with the yellow taxis. And also lately it's been getting quite difficult finding taxis even through this app, so you might have to wait a long time. When traveling, also is very important to do a research on the emergency phone numbers, just in case, because we never know what could happen. Some places are very safe and everything, but things happen anywhere in the world. So in this case, I'm gonna share the emergency phone numbers that will be quite useful for you. So number one will be the police phone number, which will be 155. Also for the ambulance will be 112. And for the fire department will be 110. And also as a little tip, and this is quite important, especially if you're coming from the US, if you dial directly from your mobile 911, it will connect you directly to the emergency phone number, in this case the ambulance number, which is 112. In case that you want to avoid the big crowds in the country because you want to be more relaxed in that and visit places more comfortable, also we recommend you to keep an eye on the official holidays of Turkey, especially when it comes to two main holidays, which are, the first one is the sacrifice feast, and this one in Turkish is known as Kurban Bayramı, and also the Ramadan month. But when it comes to the Ramadan month, don't think that is the full month when the Muslims are fasting. Actually, the most important days for them are the last 4 or 5 days when there is like a holiday of a full week, and most of people also tend to travel to the coast or even to Cappadocia or the main tourist destinations, so you might find more people and also the prices are increased. This is another question that I get asked a lot, and it is about if everything in Ramadan is closed. No, nothing is closed, especially in the biggest cities like Istanbul, and also all the touristy places are open, so you don't have to worry. Everything is quite active. You will find all the museums open, so you can visit places without worrying. I recommend you to check online when are these big holidays in Turkey, because every year changes. It's not a specific date, so every year it's different. So just go on Google and type Kurban Bayram, when is it in Turkey in 2023, for example. So these were our essential tips in Turkey that might be very useful for you. If you have some other tips that we couldn't share in this video, please feel free to comment below so others can also benefit from your experience. Thanks a lot for watching our video, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. See you next time. Bye bye.